Hope you guys got your DVRs ready for the Turkish Grand Prix. It's going to be a wild one. With that, welcome aboard another edition of F1 Starting Grid. I'm your host, Brock Young. Doing solo today, but we'll make it work. Remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe. Follow. Make sure to help us grow our channel as much as possible. With that, also follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Form of Racing, and email us theformofracing@gmail.com. With all that out of the way, we're going to the Turkish Grand Prix. First news before we get over our predictions, it is going to be a wet one. Just like Belgium, just like Russia, it is going to be a wet time in Turkey this weekend. So make sure you see the intermediates and the wet weather tires out there. Also, some other news on the front there. Just like Max, starting in the back of the grid in Russia, Carlos Sainz will do the same because of a new power unit. So if there's any indication of both McLaren and Red Bull having new power units, this is rumored right now that the Ferrari will start with a new power unit this season, and hopefully we make a game changer for them guys. So we'll see about that. Also, we could also see something from Perez after saying that he has been seeing a drought since the streets of Baku. So hopefully we'll see him on the podium this weekend. So that he's eyeing for that too. So with that, we're going into picks. And speaking about Perez, Mike starts off with Max Verstappen finishing on the podium at number 1, followed by Checo himself. Then Esteban Ocon will finish out the top 3. His wildcard prediction, Kimi Raikkonen will finish in the top 7, followed by here with Chaz's picks, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas will finish out his podium. I believe he's going to go with the same podium for the remainder of the year, for that matter. His extra prediction, his wild card, both McLarens will be in the top 6 here in Turkey. And remind everybody, since Qatar, we'll get in that discussion here in a minute, they added to the calendar for 2021. Chaz's extra prediction of Bottas's podiums has extended to 5. So Bottas will finish on 5 podiums from Monza all the way to the end of the year. So right now, remind everybody that Bottas only has 1 podium so far, only 2 races, so there's 7 left to go for Chaz's extra 100 points. And remind everybody, if Bottas does not finish in the top 4, or finishes with 4 or below, Chaz will lose 100 points in his extra predictions. I will go on to my prediction right now with Max Verstappen. I cannot deny the new power unit with him coming into Russia. That was really good, as well as Lewis Hamilton coming in second. And also from Russia, I cannot deny him. He had a dynamic performance until the very end, and that's Lando Norris. Hopefully he has better tire decisions coming up this weekend. And my extra wildcard prediction is Gasly will finish in the top 7. I still believe he's going to do well this season, and I feel that he is in need to be in the points there. And also remind everybody where the points stand right now, just like with the top on the Constructors and Drivers' Championships, our points are very tight as well. Mike has 390.5. Chaz has 390, so only half a point separates those two. And bringing up the rear, but coming up very close, 366.5. Only 24 points separate all this right now. With that, we'll move on to Qatar. They have been added to this season for making it 22 races this season. And after that, they will not be in the 2022 calendar, but coming 2023 they will be on the calendar for the next 10 years. We'll see about that. Also, a record 23 races has been announced for 2022, including Miami, and a third of them will have sprint races. Now, those races have not been announced yet, but apparently Formula One and the FAA have seen a progress with the sprint races so far. We got 1 more left to go with Brazil, so we'll see about that. But so far, apparently praises of the sprint races have announced that F1 will be extending them for the 2022 season. And so we'll move on to the Twitter question of the week, which is pretty old, but a good bit of y'all have voted on here, so we'll go ahead and discuss it right quick. Will George Russell be successful in his first year at Mercedes? So with 65% of you guys saying yes, he will, but some of the comments, however, feel a little differently. A new team and a new car with the different technical regulations, it's a tough ask for George Russell. I think in the second half of the season will be good, but he will not be a match with Lewis Hamilton in the first year. And another response, successful is a relative term. In his first year, he's there to replace Bottas and act as a number 2. After that, we'll see if he will do any better. If he's allowed, which isn't looking likely. And with our very own Mike Allen, he's a good student on how to successfully perform a pit maneuver against your opponent. But once again, 65% of you guys saying yes, George Russell will be successful at Mercedes. And once again, into context, probably within the top 5, 3, 4, 5 in the Drivers' Championships. Speaking about Qatar, that's going to be a new Twitter question of the week. What do you think about the new track? Will it be great? Will it be not so great? Will it be another Spain, another Russia, or will it be another Monza? Will it be another Bahrain? Let us know down below. Also on Twitter, @Former Racing. Please vote on there as well. And in the meantime, please check out our other social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, @Former Racing, and email us, theformerracing@gmail.com, if you have any topics whatsoever. Also, once again, like, share, and subscribe. Help us grow this channel. Check out our other videos too, and more videos coming here, including the What If series. In the meantime, we'll see you next week right here on the Former Racing.